How to find the value of your home. And no, I'm not talking about Zestimates. Sometimes their algorithm doesn't pick everything up. In this video, I'll be going over the CMA, the Comparative Market Analysis, what real estate agents use in order to find out the value of your home. I will also be going over pricing strategies to help you get the most amount of foot traffic into your house so that you get the most amount of money. Welcome to my channel. My name is Stephen Hunt. I'm a licensed real estate salesperson with eXp Realty in the capital region of New York, as well as a licensed loan originator with Freedom One Funding. On this channel, I'll be going over everything you need to know about real estate, as well as some tips on finance. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on a video. We're going to start off with the Comparative Market Analysis, the CMA, what real estate agents use to get the value of your house. We start off the CMA by pulling up the most recent homes in your area. We usually use the past 6 months, but because of how hot the market is currently, we'll use the past 3 months. So we'll be pulling up homes that have sold in your area, homes that are currently active, homes that are currently pending, homes that have expired, and with these expired, we'll find out why they expired, why they didn't sell, what was the reason the buyer did not want to make an offer. In most cases, with the expired, it's usually because of price. They usually overprice the property. Other than that, some reasons could be because it is right next to a fire station and maybe a train station is next door as well. So it could be the location as well. In the example I just mentioned, there may be a very few buyers that are interested in that property. So because there's very few buyers interested in the property, that means it will take a longer time to sell to reach these buyers. However, if you did need to sell right away, you'll have to decrease the price because majority of buyers will not want that unless it's a price that is too good to give up. So basically, what will it cost you to have more buyers look at your property and actually make an offer? What price will they be willing to pay to live in that kind of condition? When pulling up the comps, we want to make sure that they're very similar, as in similar amount of square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, garage, size of yard, style of home. You want to make sure you pull up homes that are very similar to your home so you can get an accurate price. School district is also a very important criteria. If you can't find enough homes in the past 3 months, then you can move on to 6 months. Okay, so now that you have your comps, we're going to compare your property side by side with the properties that have sold. So let's start with the comparable number 1 and your property. Comparable number 1, just for easy math, it sold at $100 per square foot and it had 1,000 square feet. So that means it sold for $100,000. Let's say your property is 950 square feet. So it's 50 square feet less than the property that is sold, property number 1. Now, in order for you to calculate how much your house is worth, 950 times $100 per square foot equals $95,000. So it's $5,000 less than the property that is sold. Once you've completed the square footage cost, then you can move on to the next category, which is bedrooms. Let's say that house had 4 bedrooms and your house has 3 bedrooms. Depending on the area, let's say for example, each bedroom costs $5,000. So you subtract $5,000 from the $95,000 that your house currently has. So it'd be $90,000. Then you move on to the bathroom. Bathrooms are the same, there's no change. Let's say yard size is about the same, there's no change. Now you can also look at the updates done to the house. So you look through some pictures, see if there's any updates, or look through the description of the property that's sold, see if there's any updates, or see if there's any work needed from the pictures or the description, or look at the condition status on the MLS. That will also indicate whether it needed some work or not. Now let's say for example purposes that the house that sold had a very old outdated kitchen. Everything else was the same. The bathroom's similar to yours. They did some updates in the bathroom, but the kitchen was completely outdated. It had maybe some 10-year-old appliances. They're old and they're white and they're scratched up. And let's say they had some green countertop, and they had the old linoleum floors. And let's say your property had brand new appliances, stainless steel. It has granite countertops and tile floors, all updated. Then you'll do the calculation to find out how much it is for a new kitchen in the area. Let's say $10,000 more. So you add 10 grand to your property. So instead of 90,000, it would be 100,000. Let's look at additional features that the other house may have. Let's say, for instance, your house had a pool. The thing about pools is some realtors say it doesn't add value. Some realtors say it does add value. When I usually do the comps, I usually add value for a pool. I would say usually about, depending on the size of pool, let's say you had a small size pool, well maintained. Let's say it would go for 10 grand. So we'll add another 10K to the property price that we came up with. So right now we're at 100,000. We're going to go to 110,000. Keep in mind that pools are not a great return on investment. The cost you spend to place that pool there, you won't get that cost back. Now that you found the price of your home in comparison to the property that's sold, we can move on to the next property that's sold and make the adjustments again. I only do the adjustments for properties that have sold because we know what they sold for, know what they got appraised for, and we have that final figure. For properties that are pending, we don't know what they're going to sell for. So I still take those into consideration. We just look at how long it took for them to go pending. I still take into consideration the conditions and the average price of the pendants. I also look at the actives and see average days on market, or see the days on market for each of the actives, see which one's taking longer to sell. The longer the days active, you know the price is a little over what it should be. We also look at the expireds to have an idea why homes did not sell. Is it price? Most cases it's price. Usually it's always price because people are going to pay for what a home is actually worth. As for the example we went over before, sometimes you have a very narrow audience and it will take a longer time to sell. Even if it's at market value, it will take a longer time to sell because you have such a narrow audience. We also pay attention to the market activity. We find out how much the value in your area has increased in the last month. And we also pay attention to those pendants, like I said earlier, to see the days on market. If you see the days on market, let's say it's 7 days or less, and let's say you found like 7 similar pendants, and all of them pended in 7 days or less, some in 1 day, you know it's a very hot market. So that will allow you to bring the value up of your house a little bit more. That's why it's so important to have a real estate agent guide you in the right price and strategy. If you price your home incorrectly, this could be detrimental to how much money you could actually profit from. I'll be placing a price chart somewhere on the screen, and on that price chart you'll see that if you list at market value, you'll be getting 60% of buyers. If you list 10% above market value, you'll be getting 30% of buyers. If you list even higher, 15% above market value, you'll be getting less buyers, 10%. And if you list less than market value, you'll be getting 70% of buyers, more buyers. So depending on the strategy, depending on the market, you'll use different strategies. I've seen some realtors use where you price it less and you get even more bid and wars because you're getting so much buyers. Even in a hot market, you're going to get a lot of buyers already. But if you price it lower, you're going to get even more buyers coming in, and they're going to bid, and then it's going to build that urgency for them to keep bidding, and then your property will sell for even more than it would have sold for if you listed at a market price. But I've noticed even in this hot market, even if you do list at market price, you're probably still going to get multiple offers. Maybe not as much offers if you listed it less. In this market, I would recommend using market value, and that will drive the maximum amount of buyers in there to get a lot of offers. If it was a slower market, then I would say go use the less strategy so that you could get a lot of buyers to your property to try and build that interest and build a multiple offer situation. Again, it really depends on the market and the situation. So that's why it's very good to contact a real estate agent to find out which strategy is better to use. Because of how hot this market is and the prices are going up, I wouldn't even mind trying 5% higher. And if for some reason it doesn't sell right away, we do a quick price drop. If it doesn't sell in a week, we do a quick price drop. We definitely want to keep the amount of interest all these buyers have. The amount of interest of buyers peaks at the 3rd week. After that, it slowly declines. Now I'm going to show you a chart that shows you the correlation between buyers' interest and timing in weeks. So days on market in weeks. So as you can see on the chart, it shows that the buyers' interests incline all the way up to the 3rd week. So you're going to have the highest point of interest on the 3rd week. After the 3rd week, it slowly declines. So the buyer's interest will go down. This chart basically helps with price reductions. After the 3rd week, then we do a price reduction. But in a market like this, the 1st week is extremely hot. So I would do a price reduction if it doesn't sell after a week and a half. I strongly recommend hiring a real estate agent to help you with the market analysis and help you price the home, because you could be losing thousands of dollars if you don't price it correctly. There's many other factors that goes into selling a home than just the price. Price is a main factor, but there's many other factors which a real estate agent can help you with. If you have thoughts on selling your home and you need a real estate agent, I'll be happy to help you out if you'd like me to work for you. My contact information is in the description below. I will also have a Calendly link below where you can schedule an appointment to have a seller's consultation call with me. I look forward to helping you. Now this video was mainly about pricing a home. I have another video that I'll place in the description below. I'll place a link there to it. This one talks about maximizing the value of your home. If you put the maximizing the value of your home with this hot market, you're gonna get a really high price for your property. I also have the link for that video on the card somewhere over here or at the end screen, so make sure you check that one out. If you found value in the video I made today, please hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you don't miss out on a video.